Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing great. I'm good. We're gonna be making a video shortly, and I needed to talk to you guys about where I've been and where I see this channel going. And I'm kind of nervous. Okay, I'm not used to sharing my emotions. I'm more of a person that, you internalize everything and you deal with it, right? But when you're on a public platform, you should share with the people who take their time to spend with you on where you've been and where you see yourself going. Where I've been is I've been creating, but every video I shot, I scrapped. And why? Because I was in my head. That's where we fail, right? We get in the head and we start that comparison nightmare, and that does nothing good. I know it. I realize that I've preached it, but I let myself get sucked into it, and I could not find myself to release any of those videos, and I actually deleted them. I don't know why I deleted them, but I did. And the reason being is that when you're doing these videos, you go back and you see, okay, well, this person is bringing out like 100 new items a week. This person is doing the same. What can I bring to the table? And I took some time off after I scrapped my last video. I said, I'm just gonna craft for fun, and I did that. I made an album for my new grandchild, and I made all kinds of pretty things. I didn't videotape it. I just had fun with it, and it was my youngest child that told me, "Mom, I know what your love language is." And I'm like, "Okay, I don't even know what my love language is." She's like, "Your love language is giving. Every time there's an occasion, you give. And you make things and you give. That's your love language. You're not good at saying, 'Hey, I love you,' but you're good at saying, 'Here, I love you.'" And I don't know how that just opened everything up again. I'm like, why am I comparing myself to anybody? It doesn't matter how much product I have. It's what you do with it. Because, I mean, the original thought of the channel was showing you what to do with the stash you already have, right? Because we buy and we buy and we buy. And sooner or later, we don't even know what we have. And we're buying duplicates. And it kind of becomes, that becomes the hobby. And the crafting becomes the secondary thing. I don't want to do that. I want to use what I have, and I want to shop my sales, and I want to help you guys not learn something new. Most of you are seasoned crafters, but some of you forgot that you have some of those products. And if I can tell you, if I can show you something, and then you're like, wait a minute, I have that somewhere in this drawer. And you bring out those things that you bought because you loved, then I think I've done my job. So we're focusing on that again. Focusing on using your stuff, mix and matching things, and just falling in love with the craft again, and less with the hype of shopping. If you're new, you may see something and you may want to buy it. Am I buying stuff? Absolutely. But I'm shopping the sales, I'm shopping the clearance. So if you're new to crafting, you should be able to go and find some of those things or some stuff that are close to it at really, really good prices. Case in point, I bought the, let's see, is the Diamond Press Stamp and Die Pull Tab Season of Magic set. And that was this kit. It just pulled up the little tabs that show you the gift. And I purchased it at $9. Let me check. And I believe they still have it. And I got it from HSN. And I paid, let me get my glasses, $9.95. To me, that's good. That's a good price. You get a lot in this set, I took the plastics off so the glare wouldn't bother too much. You get all the dies, you get 2 sets of stamps, and you get instructions. So if you're new to crafting, this is going to be perfect. I mean, you can do a lot of little Christmas cards with this. And yeah, you're only spending $9.95. And for those of you who already have it and forgot because you bought 10 new items, maybe it's time to dig these things out again. And I'm going to try to do that with like Crafter's Companion. And I mean, you guys know I love shopping my bargains. So I'm going to bring out those things that I've purchased and I've made videos on and I deleted them. And I'll bring them out again, and we'll figure out what to do with them. Now, for this one, I want to do a tag. So I'm going to bring out their other set, which I know this one is not available anymore, but is the tags that I have. So we're going to use these. And this is their, they may have it on their website. I'm not sure. Oh, the paper got stuck. Great. Try to open it. I forgot the name of this one. Let's see. Yeah, I wouldn't write it. I'll get the name and I'll post it. Okay, we're going to use this stamp set, and I think we're going to use the largest one. Yeah, or maybe this one. We don't know. We'll use one of those. And I was thinking maybe making it have this thing pop up, but also on the other side make it as a gift card, because I have a lot of teens in my family, and gift cards are the way to go, right? They don't want presents anymore. They want cash. So let's get this going. Then we get some paper, and I'll be right back. Alrighty. So we have our paper. Let me cut that. And I'm using the Hammermill paper. I will link which one it is. I feel that it's smooth, so it makes coloring a little easier. So let's see. I did notice, however, that with this paper you should always put something underneath, because it absorbs that extra ink and it doesn't start like spreading out on your image and kind of sometimes ruining it. So always put a paper underneath, even though I like I think like 80% of the time I forget to do it. Okay, so I just chose some images that I might use, and I chose some that didn't require too much coloring, so we don't take super long with this video. Okay, everybody's there, nice. And I'm gonna use my alcohol ink. I mean my alcohol proof dye ink. This one is from Crafter's Companion, but you can use Memento. It's good too. Since I'm using their Tri-Blend markers, I feel using their ink that was formulated to use with their markers is kind of best. But you can try different inks and see what works for you. Okay. Stamp these guys down. You know, Diamond Press, their stamps are mainly acrylic, but they're pretty good. Like, they don't feel like super cheap, and they don't squish too much when you press on them. Okay, so I took out my Tri-Blend from Spectrum Noir. These are Crafter's Companion brand. The Alpine Green blend, and I took it out in both the bullet and the brush. Funny enough that the brush is supposed to be a finer tip, right? And that you feel that you can get into those like edges or the small things, but sometimes the bullet works better. I don't know why, but it does. And then I did the same with the dark red. Okay, and I'm gonna start maybe with these guys. And let's see, we're going to use the lightest blend first. And coloring, there's a million techniques that you can use. There's people who do it very well, and their images come out amazing. But do I think I'm going to spend that much time for a card or tag? No. I'm just going to make it look as good as I can. And that's just adding a little bit of color there. Coming back in with our mid-tone. And then finishing it off with the lightest. Simple, right? Then you can always come back in and add some more shadows if you feel. Okay, so I'm going to do that with this and I'll be right back. Okay, for the berry, I started making it and I figured this is something good to show. If you want to leave like a little white dot on the berry, you can. Just don't color it all the way. And then you can bring in your darkest tone on the bottom. And then follow up by your mid-tone. And just a little bit on your white tone, and your light tone. And then you can leave a spot. I prefer to color it all, but if that's what you like to do, to leave the white spot, you can. Another option is you can bring in a gel pen, which is what I'm going to do at the end. So those are two ways. If you don't have a gel pen, then you could just leave little things uncolored, and that'll provide those little white spots that a lot of us like to see in our coloring. All right, so I'm going to finish coloring this up and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have those colored out already, and what I'm going to do with the present is that I'm going to color it green. So I'm just going to give myself some highlights and just scribble this on. And then we're going to add our darker tone. I want to show just a little bit of the coloring. So those of you who haven't colored with alcohol ink markers and you're nervous about them, you shouldn't be. They're really easy to use. So you see, I just scribbled. So I went light tone, I left the center some white, and then I did the darker tones on the sides, and I'm gonna come in with my mid-tone. Right, and then I'll come back in with my lightest, and that gives you the highlight in the center. And after a while, the alcohol will evaporate and the pigment will stay, and it blends in very pretty. So that's what I'm going to do to the rest of the gift, and then I'll start cutting them out and I'll be back. Alrighty, so I already cut out the gift. Now I'm just going to cut out all these guys together. And let's start with our candy canes. That was kind of big. That's fine. Let's tape that down. Let's get you in place. I haven't colored this yet. I'm not sure what I want to do with it. But that's okay, because if you don't use it, you could just put it in like a little Ziploc or in a little pouch and put it away and use it for another project. Okay, let's get this guy. And where's my last candy cane? No, I had it. Oh, there it goes. There's not a die for this one in the set. Okay. So we're going to run it through the Marquise. Okay. Let's send that through as well. Okay. And oh, funny that's runs different. I think I had to run that with the other piece. I think I had to run these two together. Okay, we'll just put that on there and get it going. See, you live and learn. Some of us don't look at the instructions. It's okay. It's only paper. If you goof, you can try again. All right. So we have the mechanism, and I believe this is where we can stamp something, because I mean it's supposed to go, I think it's like this. I'll double check the instructions. And then when you slide it up and down, oh, I guess you wrap this. And then when you slide it up and down, oh, that's cute. Okay. All right, let me take a quick peek at the instructions and see exactly the way this goes so I can make sure that you guys have the accurate information. I'll be right back. Okay, so I seen how they do it, and it's exactly the way I said, so that's a good thing. I wasn't giving you false information. And I want to put from your Secret Santa here. So let's get our platform back out. All right, let's get these out of the way. And let's get that guy in place. And for the sentiment, I'm going to use the VersaFine. This is how it looks. You can get that in any craft store. You can buy it online. And you're going to find tons of different inks that you could purchase. But if you're looking for something that you need right away. Okay. See, again, I didn't add my foam. But we'll get that stamped anyway. Okay, good enough. Now we can assemble. All right. So this is going to go here. And we're just going to add a little bit of glue to keep it in place. So I'm going to use my art glitter glue. I ended up messing up my little bottle, so I had to switch the nib to the larger one. Only thing is now that it all comes pouring out. Okay. Let that set up. And then we can add the pieces of the gift. So this is going to go there. And then we would glue this part here. And that will allow it to pull up and down. Okay? Just like that. Okay. Let's glue the top part first. And then we're going to put our glue here. You have to avoid touching this part because you want that to move freely. So I'm just going to go really close to the edge. I'm not putting anything on the bottom. And I'm just going to put that guy in place. Let's see. Okay. And then press it. And this glue does a pretty good job of setting fast. So this is still moving freely, which is great. And we have that done. If you wanted to, you can put all of your glitters, your in glossy accents and stuff now and let this set up, but I'll do that at the end. I think it's best. So for now, while that dries, we're gonna cut out our tag. So let me clean this up and then I'll get the tag stuff out and then we'll continue. Okay, so I mean, my instinct, like everyone else, is to go into their new papers and pick out. But what I did instead is that I shopped in my scrap box and I found all different kind of reds and golds and, you know, holiday looking papers. And I think that's what we're going to use to make our tags. You know, I forgot the big folder to cut. So let me get that. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got the bigger folder. And I'm going to trim this down a little bit. My chair is so squeaky. Okay. And we're going to cut the biggest die out of here. And this is going to be good because this is pretty thick card. And I want to see how that works on here. Okay. Let's run that through my squeeze. And beautiful. So we have that one. That's going to be the base of everything. So that's pretty thick and it'll hold everything together. And now we just have to figure out the color of our next tag. And do we need a base for it? Yeah, we might because these are thinner. So, let me see. Should we do it in a pattern? There's some kind of matches. Maybe that. And this is where we have to start seeing what we're going to add. Okay, let's see. If we do that, and then of course our gift is going to go on top of another one, then maybe we could do like a red on the front of the tag. Let's try it. We can cut it all out. If we don't like it, we'll just cut out new pieces. So why not? Let's give it a chance. I may have to double that up though, because I don't like the flimsy card. I may have enough to make 2 of these. Okay, let me cut these and I'll be right back. Okay, so I cut out several different patterns so you can see what you can do with it. If you wanted to go a little more vintage, you can always do something like this, right? Or just go with the reds. You can also cut these out in really bright patterns. I won't do it now because my gift is green and red, so I'm gonna go more vintage, and I love the way that looks. And then we can add that, and then to bring back the craft stock. There you go. Woo, need coffee. All right, you can do that, or you can put in a white tag and that'll pop more. It's whatever feels good to you, right? But you can mix and match all this stuff in, right? Okay. I'm gonna do one pattern in the front, one pattern in the back. But I think for this specific tag, I'm gonna go like that. And then we'll add some glitters and some stuff to just make it pop a little bit more. And then we can add all of these guys in too, right? So I have to cut the back where the tag will go, I mean the gift card. So I'm gonna glue these two together and then cut the smaller one of this to put in the back, and that's where you would put your gift card, and then it'll go here, and then you can always write a message in the back. Okay, so let me get that and then I'll be right back. Okay, so now we can start assembling this one. And we're just gonna glue everything together. If you have a thicker piece of cardstock, because this is like, I don't think it's even 100 pounds, to be honest. If you have a thicker piece, then you don't have to do this part, but if you don't, you can always make it a little more sturdy. Okay, doesn't have to be perfect. That's what I have to tell myself. Okay, and then I'm gonna glue this to the back, and that's gonna hold the gift card. So you can score this down. And I'm going to do just that. Burnish it well, and then you can add it. And I'm going to go close to the bottom. If you don't have or you can't find the diamond press tags, I mean, you can go on Amazon. Almost everyone carries a tag with a pocket. So, and they come in various sizes. So you can still get the same look. And now I'm going to hold this for a second, and that is set. A little crooked, but that's okay. All right, so we have that one done. Now let's get this guy going. And then hold it back. I normally crease it to the front first just so it doesn't crack. Because some of these cardstocks, if they're good quality, they won't. But even if they are good quality, if you don't score it well, and be careful about that, then you can create little cracks on the seam. This. Okay. And just for those who don't know, I stopped saying that because I was about to stutter. Sometimes I just gotta stop. All right, let's glue this one down. Okay. Yeah, we could put it about there. That's just creating somewhat of an even little border around it. Let's see, is it Cricut? The hardest part about recording is getting things straight, because you have to be under the camera, and that means that you can't be over your project and seeing if you're aligning things up right. And I tried putting my desk up and putting the camera lower to see if I can stand above it, but then that you cast shadows, so it's a catch-22 there. All right, so then this guy will go in here. Cute. And then we're gonna pop this one up, and then we can add some embellishments. To this tag, if this bothers you a lot, you can always come with a scissor and trim it a little bit. Especially for the side that you can see, just a teeny bit. And then that's fine. This, you can pop it up if you want. I don't want it to interfere with this little guy, so I'm not. I'll just add things afterwards, and we can just glue it in place. Okay, so we have that. And then we can put this guy here. Okay. Now this set did come with a little foam tape. Dimensionals, I guess that's what they call them, right? Let's try them out. Okay. Let's put this guy there. Can't we do a couple at the same time? Okay. Let's add some here. And then we can get rid of these things. If you have a hard time getting those out, you can use your pokey tools. I just picked these up because my other ones are a little wider, and sometimes for the little small things they're harder to use. So got these on Amazon. I think they were like 2 for $6. But that's the longest the tip comes out, so be mindful of that. Okay, so let's see exactly where we want it. I'm thinking maybe right there, because I do want that border to show. Okay, so we have that popped up very nicely. Yeah. Oh no, it's a little to the side. Let's see if we can get it up. And that just showed me that I may want to glue them down a little bit. Let's see, is that better? Yep, that's better. So I'm gonna add a little bit of glue. Just to hold these guys a little down. That side is okay. Okay. So we have that. And now we can add some embellishments. Do we want to put this here? I'm thinking there would be good. Should we add candy canes? Maybe something like that. Not too crazy about that. Maybe something like this. This definitely I want. So let me glue this one down. Again, I don't want it to interfere, so I'm going to glue it down flat. So we have that. Does it need anything else? Maybe not. Do we want something else? That's the difference. Okay. Let me look at my stash. Maybe I'll add something. Maybe I won't. I'll be right back. Okay. So I think... Oh, I just hit the mic. I think I want to add a little bit of the vintage brown to the corners. I think that's throwing me off. I normally add something to my craft stock. Like I just don't like the way it looks like that. But I'm gonna do this first. And then darken it up a little bit. Excuse me. Okay, just a little bit. Just add a little more. And it just adds a little more dimension without adding any height or anything. So you see that looks much better. And now just a little bit of color makes a difference. So if you look at it and it seems a little off, maybe add a little bit of color that matches your cardstock and you'll be good to go. Or if you have like a light or white cardstock, you can add some blue, pink, or whatever, and just something light just to make the center pop. Okay. Now, I brought out all different kinds of twines. You can use this is Baker's twine, right? You can use red. Let's see how that looks. Let's bring out the brown. And you could even use green. This is kind of thin, but just so you can see what it looks like. So the green kind of gets washed out. I think the red is the way to go. It's going to pop more. But I don't want to use red and then red. I'm probably going to make a little bow for this one with this one. Let's see how that works out for me. And then you could trim it. You can also use the dies that make bows and make bows out of it. And just like glue a bow. I think that would be cute too. But for this project, we're just going to do this. All right. And then cut this one. This is jute, so it's like kind of like has a lot of little hairs and stuff. You can make it smaller. Just cut it down a little bit more. Doesn't have to be that big. Okay, we can put that here. And then we can add the red. Or you could do it the opposite way, right? This is too big, but we'll cut it down. About there. Make it smaller, but it's just so you have an idea. And now we could add some of our dimensions with a little bit of glossy accents. It adds a little bit of shine and height. See how pretty that looks. And look around and see where else you want it. You can also come in with either a white pen, a white gel pen, or the silver one, the glitter, and you can add some dots. Let's see what would look better. The white gel pen is kind of temperamental, so you can do something like that and add the things you want. I think I'm going to add a little bit of red dots on the back, not on the present. I think the present has a lot going on, just to make this pop a little bit. Doesn't need it, but why not? You can mix and match your styles. Nothing has to be totally perfect. Okay, add some down here. And all that's going to do is that when you move it around, it's just going to shine a little bit. That's it. Nothing else. And I think we're pretty much done with this tag. I think it came out cute. Again, you can do this in light colors. You can use it in colors that are not necessarily for the season. Make it any way you want, right? So I got my first tag done for the holiday season, and we'll be back with more ways to use these dies and these stamps. I think they're adorable. Anyway, guys, I hope to talk to you soon. I'll be making more videos. I'm pumped up. I'm ready to go. So we'll get more content up real soon. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.